Hi everyone, it's Tammy at Frou-frou Studio. Thanks for joining me today. I am working on the prompts for Junk Journal January, which is a yearly prompt challenge that is being hosted by Meg Journals. And this is my first year participating, and I am a day behind because I decided last minute that I was going to do this. So I prepared my little journal. I threw something together, and I have done the first prompt, which was cover, and I did not make a video for that, but I'm going to try to make a video for as many days as I can in between my regular video schedule so that you could see me work on this little journal. All I did was create like an accordion journal, and I had some replicas of newspaper front pages that was from a big book that I found at McKay's used bookstore that was celebrating like 200 years of front pages of our local newspaper here. So I just went through and glued a bunch of those together and cut them down to size and made this little accordion book so that it'd give me kind of a neutral background to work on. That way I'm not tied into doing any particular thing on each page. So again, and then my front and back cover are just a little 6x6 scrapbook paper that I had in my stash that's fairly neutral as well. And it has all the yummy stuff we like on it, numbers and words and graph paper and stuff like that. And then, like I said, I created my cover for the journal using, this is a Tim Holtz photo and just little pieces of ephemera that I had laying around. So that was the first, which was cover. The second, and I'm going to do the second and the third so that I can get myself caught back up, and then we'll go from there. The second prompt is an envelope, and so I'm going to be working on that one first. And what I did in preparation is I just put some gesso on these because this particular front story talks about McKinley getting shot, and it's kind of, because of when it was written, it's a lot more graphic probably than it would be posted in the newspaper these days. So I just kind of put some gesso on that to kind of push it in the background so it wouldn't be so in your face. And I am going to do a couple of ideas for an envelope. One of them is going to be kind of a fake envelope, and then I have made this little coin envelope out of a piece of old tea-dyed accounting paper, ledger paper. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I want to do is create kind of a faux envelope. I've taken one of these digital envelopes and I've cut the top flap off like that. And I'm going to make this look like an envelope with a tuck right here. And I've got some stuff I want to tuck in there. And then I have this that I am going to put, I can't decide if I want to put it here I think I do. I think I want to glue this on here like this, and then have my tuck or my flat piece go on it like that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm going to have another pocket up here when I glue it down at the top, and that's what I'm going to make my coin envelope slide down into, like a little tuck. So first, let's get this glued on. So I hope everybody's having a good day. It is cold here today, and a few snow showers, nothing major at this point. So if I glue this on here, this paper that I'm using is from a winter kit that is by, oh, I got glued in there. Hold on, let me wipe this off. I'm already starting out bad. Junk Digital Studio, the Junk Digital Studio. I actually got it last winter, but I had some pieces left, so I thought I would use it, some of it. But it has a lot of blues and teals and lots of labels and things like that. So, and I just love these flowers down here in the blue. I think they're really pretty. So that's gonna make my pocket. Cut that off. My fingers are cold. I can't get them to work this morning. Okay, and then I'm going to glue the flap on, but I'm going to glue it so that I'm going to have to trim it a little bit on that side as well. Let me get it glued on there first. So that it looks like an envelope with something stuck up under the flap. I haven't used my glue yet today, so it's gonna be picky. The reason I'm moving this over is there's a little gap down at the bottom, and I don't want that to show, so I'm just gonna glue that on and then trim it. Just like that. So now we have a little tuck right here, and then we're gonna have another tuck up at the top to stick my coin envelope in. Put my pen back in here since it's already being finicky. If I can get it. There we go. Alright, so let's ink around this. Oh, sorry, I'm sneezing still. Okay, so then that will go on here. Oh, sorry, guys. Goodness. And I'm going to glue it here and here so that we have a nice little tuck. Just like that. So now my little coin envelope should tuck right in behind there like that. And I have this little lady, which I believe is 49 dragonflies. And I'm going to tuck her in behind here, like that. And I'm going to take this little blue, bring in another blue element. This is in that winter kit as well. It just says three postcards for 5 cents. And I'm going to put it right down here, just to bring in another blue element, like I said. Okay, so now let's work on this. So this is our envelope, or second envelope. And I just made this, like I said, out of a piece of tea-dyed ledger. So we're going to glue it together. And I'm going to take one of these, which is it's actually a vintage reinforcer. It's really thick. And I'm going to poke a hole so that I can get my thread in there. And I'm going to take one of these old vintage brads and stick it right down in there. My husband bought me for my birthday a lot of vintage office supplies, and he got them for the boxes and the little containers they were in, because he knows I like that kind of thing. And when he got them and gave them to me, all the boxes had the stuff still in them, which was super bonus. So I've got all kinds of like vintage labels and stuff to use in my journal. So I want to use some of those for this particular journal. Okay, and then I'm trying to decide if I think I will put another one. And then wrap a string. But I only got out one of those reinforcers. So let me grab the box that they came in. But this is one of the boxes. These are Denison gum patches, which you can see the box is really cool and the graphics are really cool. But it's also full of little reinforcers, and they're all different sizes, from teeny tiny, like that one. I don't know if you can see how tiny that is, to really big ones, like this one. So yeah, bonus. Love that. Alright, so I'm going to put another one down here, and hopefully I can reach to poke a hole. Try to get them even. Okay. Trick's going to be getting it open. Let's get it in there, I think. That one's kind of bent open already. I can't get it in the hole. I did not reinforce this paper or anything, because I doubt that I will put anything inside of the envelope. So I didn't see the need in reinforcing it and causing more bulk in the journal if I wasn't going to actually, oh, I have to be careful, I'm poking through the back. If I wasn't going to really use it, so. Okay. All right, and then, sorry for my sniffing. It's from the sneezing fit there. All right, let's take a piece of the string, which I dropped, and that's why it's in such disarray now. Because, of course, you know, you drop something and it comes unrolled. All right, so I'm going to tie it just around the middle thingamabob, the brad. I can get it around it. Here we go. And I'm just gonna Not even worry about making a knot really, because like I said, I'm not gonna use it. It's just for looks. Alright. Now, on this side, and I probably should have done this first, but I'm going to use my stamp platform, so maybe we can get it to work. And don't judge my plants. My platform is very dirty because I've been using it, and I haven't cleaned it today. And I'm going to use this stamp, which has a rose on it. And we are going to stamp this in a blue. To match what's on that paper. Or to coordinate with, I won't say it'll match, to coordinate with what's on that paper. Hopefully. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. I may have to do some work there. I'm not sure I can get that down with the brads on it, and I'll never get it lined back up if I take it off and take the brads out. So I'm gonna have to try to get it squished down good enough. That center part is just not going to cooperate. It might be good enough though, because I'm going to put this little label on there. Let's try one more time. I could don't move. Note to self, stamp before you put your brads on. Okay, now let's see if that helps some. There we go. That'll work. All right. And then we're going to put this little printer's type supply tag on there. And that may be it. Do I want to do... Oh, I could put... I've got some kind of blue butterflies. Maybe we'll do one of those as well. Let's do that with our glitter. Do I need a bigger one? Yeah, maybe that one. These are $49 in Market. Oh, and the color I used to stamp that flower is Faded Jeans Archival ink. If you're interested in knowing what that was. Alright, let's do some inking here. I did the one side, but I don't think I did this side. And then see how that looks. I know you're not going to be able to see a whole lot of that until you take it out. Thinking maybe we need something blue here in the background. Like right here. See how it looks with yeah, I feel like I need something like right down in this corner or along this edge on the page that's blue. Maybe we'll do one of these little, do I have one of these little strippies here from Tim Holtz that has blue? These are the paper strips. Well, it's got kind of that teal color. Let's do that one. So we'll ink that up and just kind of run it down along the side. Okay. So now our little lady fits into there. And our envelope. Oh, let me tie this back. I'm not going to do anything to the back of it because I want you to still be able to tell that it is ledger paper. And you can't really see the back of it anyway. So that will go there, and it can also clip under this clip as well. So let's do that. Yeah, okay. So there is prompt number 2, which is envelope, and I have 2 different versions. I have a faux envelope that's a tuck, and then I have the coin envelope made out of the ledger. So the next prompt is ticket, and I'm going to pause you guys just a minute so that I can blow my nose and get my stuff together for the ticket, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I'm back, and I have gathered up a few things, and so I think what I want to do is create a belly band and a journaling card to go behind the belly band. So I'm going to make my belly band out of these tickets from 49 and Market. I'm going to rough them up and age them up and just make a belly band out of that. And then make a journaling card to fit behind that. So I'm going to try to find, there it is, my little Tim Holtz paper distresser thing. And just kind of see if I can distress these edges a little bit so that they'll take the ink better. And just kind of make them grungy. And that's one thing I didn't do with the other page yet, is I didn't kind of grunge it up. And I am going for a grungy look in this journal. So I'll do that as well. And then I think I'll take my little sanding disc from Tim Holtz and just kind of rub over those. And I'm doing that over on the side of my glue book, but I'll show you the results in just a minute. But the discs they fit on your daubers, and they're just little brown sanding pads. If you don't have these, you can use fingernail file, which was what I used previously to getting my little disc. Or you can use just a piece of sandpaper, you know, just something to kind of just rough it up and make it look a little older. And then I'm going to ink around them. Just like this. And kind of get in those places where I hit them with sandpaper. And this will just make them look a little more used than just, you know, pristine tickets. Okay, and then I think I'm going to take my little tiny hole punch and this one that has like a Monday, Tuesday, like a schedule, like, you know, you buy it for a week or whatever. I'm going to poke a couple holes like it's been punched and used And I'm not really worried about whether they line up or not, because the people who punch them don't worry about whether they're lined up. But that just kind of gives another, you know, element that makes it look a little more like it's old. Alright, so let's glue that top and bottom. Do I want to do anything to the background? Or is enough of it even going to show? I guess that depends on how big I make my journal card, doesn't it? I think I will. I have this old freight bill that has Pennsylvania Railroad Company on it. I think I'm going to put that on this page. Ooh, that's got some cool writing. It's fine because I won't be using that part. I'll say that this is an original piece. So I'm going to say that with the numbers on the back. And it is from 1908. So it's very old. I probably should have ran a copy of it, but I have more than one. Alright, let's hold that up there. I always find myself talking myself out of using my ephemera, and then I'm like, well, that's why you bought it, or that's why you got it, you know? So, alright, I still have two pretty good pieces to use out of that, so I'll put those in my scrap, and then I'll glue this down. Trying to be real careful so I don't rip it. I don't want to get too close to my fold, so everything will still fold nicely when I go to flip my pages. Okay, now I'm going to glue down this as a belly band, and then we'll make our journal card. Oh, I hope that glue. Sometimes with older paper, the glue has problems sticking. I don't know if it's because there is oil in older papers, but I have noticed that sometimes, and I'm just going to leave that hanging off the top because I like it. Alright, so now I'm going to take this piece of cardstock and make my journal card. So, and it's just a piece of, out of that same kit that I took the cover piece out of. It's just kind of a muted background. I want to be sure and allow enough room for it to slide in and out of there. So I'm going to cut it about there, and then I'm going to make it about that wide, I think. And of course, I have a stack of paper sitting on my trimmer where I was looking for pieces. just make sure this fits before I go to all the trouble of, uh-oh. Obviously, I smushed my glue the wrong way. Okay, so that's gonna work. Alright, so now to decorate the journal card, I have this huge catalog of all the train stations in the U.S., and it has their schedules and maps of each of the stops and for all the cities in the U.S., but this is from, like, I can't even remember what year. I mean, it's old, so I'm sure a lot of these don't even operate anymore. But it's really cool. And I found this in an antique store in Maine, and it was a really super deal. And the book is a softback book. It looks kind of like a telephone book, like an old-time telephone book. And it's probably about 3 inches thick, maybe even, yeah, probably about 3 inches. And it's just full of these schedules and stuff, and so it's really cool. So I'm going to put this little map and part of the schedule in the background of my journal card. I want to take off this little border, and I could have just cut it. I don't know why I'm worrying about tearing it. I could have just cut it off. It wouldn't have made a bit of difference either way. I'm just trying to get rid of the blank parts so what I put on my card has print on it. So what are you guys participating in this year? Are you doing Junk Journal January? Like I said, this is my first year, so I wanted to do something that was a little bit different and something that was not my challenge, even though I do have one that is starting next week. There is an intro video out for it. If you're interested in participating, we are going to explore 25 different countries. And make ephemera for each of them. You can make whatever kind of ephemera you want. The purpose of the challenge is to kind of celebrate junk journalers from all over the world and to learn a little bit about each other's culture. And I think that will be a lot of fun. I love to go other places and learn about the culture, in particular the art and architecture of other countries, or what interests me the most, even though I love every aspect of it. You know, I'm kind of drawn to the art and architecture. So a lot of my ephemera that I make will probably be based on that. But, you know, you can choose anything that you want to do, whether it be food or just the flora and fauna of the area, a particular city that you're interested in going to or that you have been to, or that you live in. Just, whatever you would like to find out about that particular place or know about that particular place. You may, have been there already, and the foods, traditions, holidays, any of that kind of thing is fair game. To make your ephemera, but I think it'll be fun because there are a lot of places that I'd like to go and see that I haven't had the opportunity to yet, and hopefully I'll be able to do some of those now that I'm retired. I think our next trip is going to be to the UK, which I have not been to, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Okay, so there's my base. And then I have this little traveling lady here, and she's one of my favorite digitals. I've used her several times in, like, travel journals and stuff. I just think she is so elegant in her little, I don't know if that's the right word, stylish, maybe, in her little hat and outfit, and with her little dog sitting on her travel trunk. So I just love it. So I'm going to use her on here. And then I also have this blue ticket that I'm going to use, but we need to age it up like we did the other one. Looks too new. You can also take this sandpaper and sand the edges like I used that other Tim Holtz paper thing. You can use these as well. You can fold these and then hit it with a little sandpaper, and it'll put a nice white crease in there. I'm going to tear one of the corners completely off of this one, because this particular ticket is like a weekly pass for workers that work in the metropolitan area, and it's like a free transport back home after you're done working. You buy your ticket for the week, and then you ride it back and forth. And actually, this one looks like it's for a month. It's got 31 numbers on it, so I guess you buy it for a month, and then you can go back and forth as you need to. So I don't want to cover up all that map, but I do want to kind of create something behind her. And then what else do I need? Oh, I had another ticket. What did I do with it? Is it right here? I had one that said excursion, this one. Okay, like that. Okay, let me ink around this and age it up a little bit. I think I put some coffee stains on this because I feel like that if somebody was flipping through that book a million times, that at some point they would have set their coffee cup down on there. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to put the excursion one down first. And then we'll put this one down. And then we'll put her on there. Okay, let's see what she looks like behind here. Okay, do we need a tab? I think we may need a tab. Does that need to be a ticket as well? Got this one. Let's just use that one. Put some ink on it. Just staple it on. Oh, I don't think my stapler has any staples in it, now that I think about it. Excuse the reach. I'll get my little... I just remembered that I used the last one and I forgot to fill it back up. Okay. There we go. I need to hit this corner right here with some glue. Missed it. Alright, so there is our ticket prompt. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go back over here and put a little grunge on my other page. A little more grunge. I'm wondering, should I sand that photo a little bit? Just to get some kind of scratches on it. Yeah. Okay with that. Okay, let's do some on here. And I think that's good on there. All right, so there we go. There's the second and the third, which was envelope and ticket. So I am officially caught up for the moment. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'm going to try to stay caught up. And please check out my mind just went totally blank. Make journals. If you'd like to know more about the challenge, or if you want to see what everybody's doing, she does have guest collaborators that are doing one day throughout the month. You can get a list of those on her page as well. If you want to follow along, you can also use the hashtag Junk Journal January, and you can see what everybody's posting on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook. So that's it for me today, and I will see you guys back on Tuesday for the first prompt for the Junk Journal World 25 challenge. And I did draw the first one in the intro video, and like I said, you can jump over and watch that video, and hopefully work along with me for the next 25 weeks or so. We'll go through and find out some interesting facts about our the countries that our junk journaling family live in. So until Tuesday, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you back then. Bye.